Hi, it's been a little while. I just have had a lot going on, both life and personally and the world. Just haven't been feeling like filming as much, and honestly haven't had that many interesting things to film. Um, but I am planning for this weekend a crow party with my friends. I don't know if you've seen those trends going around on TikTok, Instagram Reels, just generally online. It seems like crow parties are growing a bit. I personally love crows. Maybe internally am a little bit of a crow. Um, but for a lot of these parties, people seem to just be inviting friends over, everyone dresses in black, and then they bring some trinkets, and people choose who brought the best trinkets as a winner. I decided to put my own spin on that. So I kind of created a whole game and trinket economy to go with this crow party. So I will share some of the rules and things I came up with in just a moment, but I forgot to film for a lot of the setup or things that I was doing today. I will be doing more tomorrow, so I will walk through that a little bit as I do that tomorrow. I'm not really making a ton of food this time. I kind of wanted it to be low maintenance. I didn't want to have to be worrying about cooking and prepping on top of the gameplay, because the gameplay is a little bit involved, which you'll see in a minute, but I'm excited to get into it. At the end of the video, I will go through and make a list of everything that I got for the party in advance, because there's quite a lot. Tonight, I still am going to clean some trays, like silver fancy trays that I got from the thrift store. I kind of have been collecting them for a little bit, same with my brass candlesticks that I will set out. The decor is gonna feel somewhat similar to my Halloween parties, but a little bit more upscale. I'm kind of going for Crow Party meets Secret Society, because there will be secret missions involved as well, but trying to have a little bit more upscale feeling for the decor. So think busts, think those brass candlesticks, again with the flameless candles, just because I'm always worried about setting something on fire. Fancy silver plates. I did order a bunch of fake plates, like plastic plates, but I did order ones that looked fancier, just again, less cleanup for me, and still keeping with that theme a bit. But I'll start running through very quickly how mine differs from a regular crow party. So first things first, within this party, I am what I call the Corvid chair. So I get to have like final say on trades, disputes, things like that. I am the one switching out the value of trinkets. So my role throughout the evening is pretty involved. So how people can earn trinkets. I asked everyone to come with 3 to 5 trinkets already. I purchased a ton of extras so that I could do the activities that I need to, in case anybody didn't have enough, I could provide them with some. But everyone's starting with 3 to 5. I will make sure everybody starts at a baseline of 5 once they get here. And then everybody's gonna have secret missions. So they're going to keep them secret. I will show pictures right now of the different mission cards that I made. I kind of kept them on one page for printing purposes. But there are a ton of crazy ideas out there on the internet if you search Chaos Party. So I'm kind of merging that in here too. My thought with this is, as I see people doing these missions throughout the night, I will reward them with more trinkets. So I will have a stash of trinkets on me at all times that I can then hand out as I see people fulfilling their missions, because I don't ever want it to be like there's an end point. I want them to keep doing it throughout the evening. The next way that people can win trinkets is with challenges. So each hour, I think I have 3 total. Each hour there will be a challenge where people can win more trinkets. The first one, I'm gonna have people bring me, like the first 5 people that bring me some specific item or a specific color or something, I'm gonna have them do that. We'll earn a couple extra trinkets just to get people moving. The second hour, I'm going to have people draw a picture of a crow. So I have these little papers and crayons that I got so that everybody can draw their version of a crow, and whichever ones I like best, deem most creative, whatever, I will give extra trinkets to. There is an optional challenge. I don't know if my friends will do this. I can see some of them doing it. For a crow interpretive dance if somebody really wants to try to earn more trinkets as the night gets closer to wrapping up, I will give them more trinkets for doing an interpretive dance in front of everyone. And then the final challenge that they can win trinkets is I'm going to have a sheet where they can try to guess what other people's secret missions were. If they just guess it generally and get it right, they'll get a point. If they get it very specific, I will give them 2 points. So for example, let's say I did jumping jacks randomly throughout the night and somebody wrote down Megan's challenge was jumping jacks. They would get 1 point. If they acknowledged that it was every time I walked through a doorway and did jumping jacks, then they would get 2 points. So that's kind of how the challenges work. I also have playing cards and stuff out. People can bet, people can gamble, people can challenge each other to their own things to try to win specific trinkets they like, or if they're trying to get trinkets that are worth more, they can do that as well. The next piece to this is that trinkets will change in cost throughout the evening. So I'm starting at a baseline with every trinket is worth 1 point. Then at the first hour I swap it out, and I'll give another example of the sheet I designed because I'm going to pin it up. I have a like a pin board. What are those called? It's because it's not a cork board. It's got like fabric on it. Anyway, I'm going to stick it up there with a little tack and then throughout the evening swap them. Again, every hour I will swap out the new totals or the new sheet to show the new totals. So that will change every hour. Some things will change and stay the same throughout the evening. For example, I think anything handmade I made worth a little bit more. So if anybody brings handmade trinkets, those will stay a little bit higher throughout the evening versus there are others that might shift. So I think one I had was anything silver is only worth half a point for an hour. But then if they trade and try to get rid of silver later in the evening, I have where gold becomes worth half a point. So fun things like that where people don't really know what's going to happen throughout the evening. Another way people can actually earn trinkets is I hid 98 little packets of trinkets throughout the house. I am containing it to my first floor so that people don't go upstairs. I'm gonna lock the cat away too, just because that's a lot to deal with. But I'm gonna contain it to the first floor. I will show, because I still have a couple more I need to hide, so I'll show what they look like. And where I'm hiding them, probably in this piece. These little black packets, I kept one out just to show people are what the trinkets are hidden in. Just to make it easier to find, and then people know for sure what is a trinket they can take and not just a random tchotchke around my house. So that's another way that they can find additional trinkets. Again, there are 98. I had a friend help me hide them who is not going to be here for the game, so I actually don't even know where they all are, and realized I probably should have numbered the packets so that I knew if we didn't find them, but hey, it's not like it can go bad. These are all non-perishable trinkets, so I guess if I don't find them, I'll find them periodically as I move stuff later, but that's another additional way that they can earn a few more trinkets and try to get more points. At the end of the evening, whoever has the most points will be crowned Crow, King, or Queen, and I do have a fun little black crown that you will see throughout in the gameplay that they will be crowned with that they can take home. So I kind of went all in on this party. I did buy some things. Again, I know I'm asking people to come and do stuff, so I didn't want them to feel like they had to bring extra things. I wanted to make it as easy as possible for people to participate. So I'm like, just wear black or dark colors. I did get like little face masks for people that I will show once the full spread is laid out. You'll see them that they can wear because, again, secret society and crows, like just trying to create this more mysterious, fun experience. So I got those for everybody. Obviously, I bought a ton of trinkets. I will, again, at the end of the video, show you like a list of all of the things I bought. I want to say I have at least 500 trinkets, if not more. Just cheap little things that I got off of like AliExpress. I think I ordered 1 or 2 things from Amazon, and then I realized it was a lot cheaper to not do it that way, and I was doing this far enough in advance that I could order things outside the country. I'll share that, and you'll kind of see as the gameplay goes on, you'll see them in my videos. But I went full in on this experience being themed. So I got even like antique looking envelopes. I got antique looking paper that'll print the rules on and the little secret mission cards on and stick them in here. So these will be sitting on the desk with their mask. or a mask. They can swap, I don't really care. And then I also got little tins because, again, I was doing this so far in advance. These were really cheap on AliExpress, and I thought it would be kind of nice, one, because not everyone will have pockets to carry these around throughout the night or just like leave them somewhere. Two, I also thought it could be a really cute keepsake. So I got some fun crow stickers and different things that people can stick on them, and then I have letter stickers so that they can put their initials so we can tell whose is who. But yeah, then you can have fun little trinkets. I have a bunch in here because I'm going to have to show examples at the end of what I mean when I say things are worth more or less points, but these are personally two of my favorites. I got these little guys on Amazon. I just think they're derpy and cute. And then I think I got these on AliExpress. I just thought they were fun. I don't know why. I don't really like bugs, but this beetle is cool. Ooh, one more. I love all of them. But look how cute this little teacup is. Oh, I don't know if you can see it. Anyway, I'll show you more close-ups later. I did forget one element of gameplay. There are also hidden passwords throughout the house, throughout the evening. So one is going to be on the cake. It says, "Caw-caw, mother flocker." You will see that later. I just think it would be fun because people have to whisper them to me to get an additional trinket. I also got these stickers to put on the back of the envelopes to kind of look like little seals. It's kind of hard to see because it's getting darker, but I obviously don't have a wax seal in this, but I designed this in Canva. It says, "In shadow we shine," so that's another password. And then I do have a couple different photo ops set up for people. I ordered these big banners at, I think, Staples online, and they were pretty cheap for the most part, but one of them has a banner, and I'll put an overlay in here, but it says, "The murder gathers and chaos follows." So that's the third. So they're kind of in different places and on different things, but if people figure out that those are passwords, they can come whisper it to me and I will give them another trinket. So I said I'll have a couple photo ops. I do wish I had cut this a little bit differently or formatted it a little bit differently, but this is one that people can dress up in front of, and then I did get additional like fancier masks, which I'll show in a minute, a top hat, and then a cane, so people can dress up even further if they're just in basic black, and have fun in front of this one, and then it kind of looks like they're somewhere fancy. This is the password banner, so people can stand in front of this and take pictures if they want, and it also serves the double purpose of it being a password for the game. I was beginning to test out how the table could be set up. These are some of the like antique silver trays. I'm gonna put a bunch of sandwiches on here. I'm getting like Costco party platters. This one I just picked up at TJ Maxx, so that one doesn't count. Home Goods. This is another vintage one. I did get like a sequin tablecloth that you'll see laid out that's all black that I thought would be pretty. This I got from the thrift store. However, these I think I ordered off of AliExpress, little serving spoons in case we need it, and tongs. There's cat hair literally everywhere. These I got at a thrift store years and years and years ago, but I'm gonna have olives and stuff on this tray, pickles I think, so people can just stab them and take them. This underneath part, again, thrift store. This technically I think turns. They all need to be cleaned, I haven't done that yet. These I just picked up at Target because I'm gonna put hummus in one and then spinach artichoke dip in the other, and put like breads and chips and things around it. Again, thrift store because I love odds and ends. And then I got a cake thing. Then this I just picked up at TJ Maxx, Home Goods too, because I wanted some more height differentiation. I might put some pretend candles, flameless candles, in those brass candlesticks in here throughout so that it just will look a little bit nicer. But yeah, ignore my gross oven, but I had another one here. Make sure you can only see it a tiny bit. I don't know if you can see the one my friend hid from here, but it's one of my favorites. Another one hidden in my shoe, a little black one tucked in there. This is one of my other favorites because from head on, you wouldn't see it. You gotta kind of look around the corner. I hid one in the coasters. Oh, you can't even see it. So as people pull out coasters, they might find it. Hi, kitty. We're on to day 2 of setup. I guess this is the final day of setup. So I'll take you through putting together the kitchen. I still have a couple food things I need to just finalize and put together that I'll walk you through. And then I need to set up a bunch of the gameplay stuff. And I think that's about it. So I will do that. I'll walk you through it. And then you will see the party come to life. crow stone thing to put in the cake. We'll see how this goes. is gonna be naughty about these? There's a lot that's gonna be tempting for her today. Oh, I thought I only ordered 3. Okay, so I prepped sangria beforehand yesterday. I don't really drink that much and don't know if this tastes any good. I'm gonna try to put in a little bit of pineapple juice. If it's not bad, I think it's fine. I also dyed some eggs black, hard-boiled eggs, so that I can make black deviled eggs. So I've got to mix this as well and make that into the filling. So let's see, I was gonna taste this just to see how it is. It could be a little sweeter, so I'm gonna put in some pineapple juice as long as it smells good, because it's been in my cupboard for a bit. I think it smells okay. I also have frozen black grapes and blackberries so that I can put them in here once I put it out to keep it cooler. I'm gonna put water in here with frozen blackberries. This is a sangria, and then I also made a blackberry lemonade that I'll put the other batch of frozen blackberries in. Okay, I like that a little bit better with the pineapple juice. Now I'm gonna let that sit in the fridge for a couple hours again before I put it out. So for this, I'm gonna use Kewpie mayo, a little bit of mustard, not very much, and then I'm gonna grab some seasonings to mix in. Okay, I feel like I'm in the home stretch. So, these are little lace masks that I'll lay out with their letters. These are the letters. So I do need to figure out who I assigned which mission to. But print out the rules. This is what they look like. And then the little mission cards look like this. So, should be fun. Look how cute it is though. So name, I guess it's reversed right now. I should have fixed that, but in shadow we shine. Cute. wanted to show you really quick how I planned a lot of this. I will tag the name of the creator who made this template, but I love even like the little countdown timer. Notion was very helpful.
Glass crown where it's full of cracks. Careful, don't ever turn your backs. Playing my game, you think you know. Taunting, I'm the director of the show. All of the strings are tied to you. Don't even ask me what to do. I pull when I want, just for the view. My heart, it's bulletproof. So you're the king now. Got it all figured out now. Wear a little gold crown now. Think you'll never fall down now. I'm the queen type. Make the whole world a scene type. Make your good dreams a mean type. We'll wipe your whole kingdom clean type. I'm the queen now. Check. Check. I love it when you make the rules, forgetting that you're just my tools. I let you think you have a choice, but I'm the one behind your voice. My mommy thinks I'm sweet and kind. She doesn't know what's in my mind. If she could see the web I wind.
You gotta kneel.
Oh!
Oh!
I gotta do my little crow kneel. I feel like I need my,
No, okay. Tonight the murder recognizes your cunning. Rise as our crow king. Everybody give it your best paw. Okay, it is now the morning after, and I am very tired. But I wanted to give you a rundown of how things went, since this is the first time I believe anybody has ever done this type of party or played this type of game, just to give you some tips and tricks on how things went. I also wanted to go through, like I promised earlier in the video, and show I think all of the trinkets I purchased. My mom did purchase some for me just because she thought the game was fun and shipped them to me. She's not here, but I'm not counting those in the total just because I don't know how much she spent. So I'll give you a rundown of all of the trinkets, the totals. I also went through all of the other random party ambiance things. I'll give you a total for that, and then a rough estimate on food, because some of the things I made and purchased over time or just had things already in the house. So I didn't have to buy that new, so I don't know a total for that either, but I estimated roughly. So we'll go through the trinkets first. I'll kind of show the trinkets on the stage while I talk through what worked and what didn't. I will say that people got very into finding the packets of trinkets hidden around the house more than they did their missions for the most part. There are a couple people who really nailed their missions or tried certain things, but they really enjoyed the searching was the favorite part for a lot of people. So just good to know for future, or if you choose to do one similar, maybe hide even more trinkets. They did find most of them. I hid 98 throughout the house, and I found 2 for sure that I know they didn't find. So pretty good overall, especially for how little the first floor truly is. I think they did a pretty good job. But I would say for missions going forward, I would probably try to keep them maybe more action oriented. People had a hard time with like speaking ones. So for example, I had one that was like speaking Shakespearean throughout the evening. The person who got that didn't want to do that because they hadn't met other people at the party before, and they didn't want to come across as weird, which is kind of the whole point. I wanted it to be a little chaotic and strange, and because people didn't know each other, they wouldn't know what was a mission versus what was actually their personality, which would have made the final challenge of guessing people's missions harder. But so some of them didn't quite work. There was another one that had speak in as many song lyrics as possible. They didn't want that one, so we tried to switch it for another. And I think that one was like talk about yourself in third person throughout the night. None of those happened. So it's just something to keep in mind. The more action-oriented one, like there was somebody who had give people spoons throughout the evening, even when they don't need it. That person crushed it. So I think the more action-oriented that you can kind of slip in that doesn't feel as weird seems to work better. But yeah, so those were all of the trinkets. You should have just seen them fly across the screen. You can see roughly what I spent in some of them. A majority came from AliExpress. The other couple I got on Amazon, and those were significantly more expensive. Once I figured out AliExpress was cheaper, I just started doing them that way. But that total for all of the trinkets, and again, I had hundreds of them, was $74.40. So I was originally supposed to have like 16 to 18 people here, and we ended up dropping down to 12 by the time people showed up. But for 12 people, $74 for hours of searching for trinkets and having fun and competing for trinkets, to me didn't seem that bad. The other party things, I'm going to try to go through this list. I don't have written down exactly what these are, but I'll show them again on the screen so you see what I'm talking about. These were things like the tablecloth, plates. The plates and the utensils were probably the most expensive thing I purchased ambiance-wise, other than the banners, which you could do without the banners. That was probably the most expensive fun thing, and I purchased those through Staples. I don't have a picture of the receipt, but that was about $100. So that if you cut that out, if you're in a smaller apartment or something, that would save a ton of money. The envelopes are in here, masks. I put the tins in here. I technically did not buy the tins, so I don't have a direct picture of that, but I found a comparable one on AliExpress. Those were like $14.99 or something. Tins, I don't think I had the stickers on here either because I either already had them or my mom, again, purchased them for me and sent them to me, so I don't know how much they were. But I said envelopes were in that. What else? Paper, both the envelopes for the letters and for the trinkets. Tablecloth. I'm trying to think of what else. Oh, the crown was in here. I think that's about it. If I'm forgetting anything else, I'll show it on the screen as I'm talking through it. But yeah, everything that contributed to the overall gameplay that wasn't trinkets is in this total, and that was $231.24. Again, if you cut out the roughly $100 spent at Staples for banners, that becomes $131.24, which is actually pretty affordable. And then the last thing was food. Again, because I had a lot of it, and I don't have screenshots for any of this, but because I had a lot of the food already existing or purchased it slowly over time, I don't have a solid total. I did get 2 party platters from Costco. So that totaled out to $97.97. I got like their artisan bread sandwich and a charcuterie board. I had roughly $44.32. That was for alcohol that I put into the sangria. So that came there. And I estimated roughly $50 other on other drinks, other food that I didn't already have existing, like olives, because I wanted to get quite a few of those and some crackers. So that total was $192.29, which brought the whole total for anything party related that wasn't like house stuff or things I already had to $497.93. So for under $500, and this was also my birthday party, so for under $500 to host 12 people, it was originally supposed to be 16 to 18 and then it dropped. That's not that bad. Hold on, I'm gonna do some math and then I'll come right back. I just did the math, and for 12 people, that's approximately $41.49 a person, $41.50. So for 4-ish hours of fun for 12 people, that's less than $10 an hour for all of it. I think that's pretty good. If you have someone to split it with, like if you have a roommate or a partner or somebody, that becomes even more affordable. If you upped it to 16 to 18, that number also drops. So that is the total cost if you're looking at doing something similarly. Again, there are ways to make this cheaper. You don't have to use fancy aged looking paper. You wouldn't necessarily have to put the trinkets in envelopes. I did just because that made life easier. I would probably still recommend that. Those weren't that expensive anyway. Those were like $6 or $7. You could not get the banners. That would save another $100. You could probably figure out cheaper food. I just didn't want to have to make food, so I bought food. And you could probably cut back on trinkets depending on how many people you have come. And I still have quite a few left over. You can't see the bowl, but there was more than enough left over that I probably didn't need as many as I got, but it was fun. And then I had a big variety. So that was my crow party. If you have any questions or if there's something I didn't cover that you want to know more about, feel free to ask in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But I hope to see other people hosting crow parties or coming up with other creative concepts, because I think there's a lot of fun that could be had out there. So have a good week. weekend whenever you're watching this, and I will see you in the next one.